The connection between Dogecoin and Ethereum is going to have massive positive implications for Dogecoin, especially Ethereum can benefit a little bit from it as well. As we see this article coming out, the NFT project, DogeX, our project we've been working on for a long time, a ton of effort going into this. The most combinations in NFT history by a massive, massive margin. Now we're starting to see some big articles from big publications like this coming out. Exclusive, Matt Walsh says his NFT project, DogeX, will deepen ties between Dogecoin and Ethereum. And I will say it's an entire team of us. It's not just my project, but yes, we are working very, very, very hard on making this move forward. And this comes as we were also seeing, look at this, Sarge, which is one of the NFTs from the collection, just did something truly remarkable, which is that it sold for $35,000, approximately 10 ETH. And only one day after being purchased for around $300. So we saw it purchased for 0.08 ETH. Now it's being sold for 10 ETH. Pretty incredible to see a profit like that in one day. So congratulations to the person who got the Sarge Doge. And keep in mind, there are still 6 ultra rare Doges left to be minted that have not been minted yet, which means there are 6 opportunities to make massive, massive windfalls from this and help to bring Dogecoin and Ethereum closer together. The ones currently still available are Billy Doge, Matt Doge, then we also have Doge Dodgers, Doge Cuban, Diana Doge, Dogestein. Those are the 6 that are currently available right now, and I especially believe that we could see Doge Cuban, perhaps Matt Doge could go for something, Billy Doge, a lot of these, and Diana Doge, by the way, the only female Doge that is currently in the top 10 right now when it comes to rarity. So all of those may be massive opportunities right now. You could literally go on your phone and within the next few minutes, you could get one of these ultra rare Doges. Keep in mind, it's not like an insanely high chance. There is a small chance of each one, but there's still a chance. And so I think it's pretty cool. And even if you don't get one of those, there are still a lot of other extremely valuable Doges in the collection, including Moon Doges, Mars Doges, Asteroid Doges. So there's a ton of valuable stuff there. And because this is the most combinations of any NFT project, your chances of getting the same one or even a similar one are not only extremely small, it's close to 0, which is pretty dang cool. And especially now that we fixed the metadata issue, it's going to be moving really, really fast now. A lot of big things coming as these articles start to come out, and it helps Dogecoin get more publicity and also helps to bridge Dogecoin and Ethereum. So we're going to be pushing that angle and continuing to talk about it. So if you want to go down there and press like, now's the time to do that as well. And I'm of course going to put a link in there for that. But keep in mind, do not spend more than this on this than you're willing to potentially lose. Yes, you can still sell them right afterwards, but be careful with your money. I'm not saying anyone to go too far into this. Do not go too far under any circumstances, but do, if you want to participate, have some fun with that. It's going to the moon as well, coming in from Christian Silva. There's no doubt about that. I mean, think about that. From $300 to $35,000 in a single day. Remarkable stuff coming in. The NFT space is pretty dang incredible, as we're also seeing some big moves happening when it comes to countries legalizing Bitcoin. Not just what we've seen with El Salvador, not just what we've seen with Cuba. Now also we are seeing Ukraine making Bitcoin legal. Pretty cool. All of the stuff that's happening is going to have some pretty big implications. And I went ahead and put together this list, which actually shows the countries right now that are currently putting cryptocurrency into their laws. And that includes, by the way, the United States. Ukraine just joined the long list of countries to legalize Bitcoin, 40 million population in Ukraine. So that's a pretty big deal. Then just this week, El Salvador became the first country to both adopt Bitcoin as legal tender and also hold it. Right now, they're still the only one who are doing both of those things. The president there, Nayib, says that he has essentially tethered his political fate to the outcome of this nationwide Bitcoin experiment, and I imagine it's going to be very, very, very positive for him, politically speaking, as it would be for any politician that does that anywhere in the world, because it's going to help. And once people see that, there's going to be some big things there. And take a look at this. This is pretty remarkable. This article right here shows exactly how important this whole thing is. There's an article that says exactly how much Western Union could potentially lose from this. And let me see if I can find it. I think I put it up somewhere here, but if I can't find it, basically what the article says is that right now we are seeing Western Union make approximately $400 million per year just in fees, specifically from El Salvador. $400 million. Which means that just from this, they're going to be losing $400 million a year of the revenue they have been bringing in just by simply charging these exorbitant fees to transfer money. And now with Bitcoin, it's going to be way easier to have significantly smaller fees. So the number one proponents that are going to be pushing to stop cryptocurrency are going to be big entities like banks and Western Union, who have a lot to lose from this being successful, because they're going to lose their massive profits where they're taking advantage of people who have no other option and no other way to send send money. So I'm very excited about cryptocurrency, especially for that reason. Dogecoin going to play a big role in that as well, because Dogecoin is so much easier to send around the world. You can send $300,000 worth of Dogecoin in a matter of minutes for under $1, which is pretty dang remarkable. What other cryptocurrency can you do that with? You can't do it with Bitcoin. You can't do it with Ethereum. There are some other options, but none of them have anywhere close to the branding of Dogecoin. So all of us should definitely be excited for Dogecoin and for what it's going to mean for the future. Well, look at this. 2 weeks ago, Cuba, notoriously a rigid government still set in Marxist ways. We don't like that too much, do we? But passed a law to recognize and regulate. We want freedom. Regulate cryptocurrencies, citing reasons of socio-economic interest. Then Panama as well. This is going to be the next big country. And we're going to see a lot more. All of them, like I said, though, in my last video, every single country that adopts Bitcoin as a legal currency is also going to adopt Dogecoin at some point in the future. You can mark that down. It is going to happen. And Panama appears to be the next one on deck. The Central American country is kicking a draft of its own cryptocurrency law. Then last month, the US proposed rules around crypto backers and brokers in its $1 trillion infrastructure bill. Then now we have a German law coming in that allows funds previously borrowed from investing in crypto to allocate up to 20% to the virtual currencies like Bitcoin. As we start to see more laws, the governments are basically saying, we acknowledge this, we accept it, we understand it's real, we understand the value here, and that is going to be where we see a lot of new people coming in from that. Matt, that's definitely true. That's definitely true. Matt, did you see Gronk and Tom Brady commercials referencing Doge? Big news and not widespread. Gronk is on Twitter. That's definitely true. And by the way, this channel is just incredible to see the growth and the speed and the way the community is building. This is the fastest growing channel of all of 2021 by far when it comes to new channels. We also just got verified on Twitter. The Twitter is growing by thousands of followers every single week and tens of thousands of followers every single month, which is just remarkable to see that. And it's very positive for Dogecoin as we start to grow and build and huge things happen, including the NFTs, which are going to be even better as we move on forward. Matt is on point. Haters everywhere. Of course, the haters are going to come. Keep in mind, a lot of them are coming from SafeMoon. Why? Because when SafeMoon crashes 90%, and it's so clear and obvious that the people behind it rugged the heck out of it. A lot of the people who were the main people, they stopped paying for these ads to a large degree. They stopped doing a lot of the things that they were doing to artificially prop it up. Then what happened? A lot of them took their money out. A lot of people who were mainly behind it. And now, of course, it fell 90%, which is crazy to think about. So now they're salty. Now they're upset. And they do know as well that our community played a role in that by simply telling the truth about them. And so now they're coming and being haters. But it's okay. It is what it is. It is what it is. You can hate if you want, but while we just continue growing and while Dogecoin and the community continues having fun. Haters are gonna hate. That's the way it is. But the majority of us are definitely having fun. Oh, look at this. Now we have a bunch of that are doing a spam hate chat. If you want to have some entertainment, go check out the chat. You know what? Just for fun, we'll read a couple of the best hate comments. So if you got a good hate comment, we'll read it. Someone's Shiba Unicorn. Yeah, the haters must be invested in the ones that are in the red, while most of the cryptos are in the green. And I'll tell you what happened here. They probably put it in the Discord for SafeMoon, which still has a number of people who are loyal to it, even though it's much smaller than it was. And then they come and they do stuff like this. So we'll just ignore them. They can hate all they want while we continue to have fun. But remember, the reason why they're hating is because Dogecoin is still continuing to look extremely bullish while their coins are going. Yeah, like that. Exactly like that. Those exact noises, nothing different. Those exact noises precisely. That's, of course they're going to be salty. Of course they're going to be salty. But yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah, there's no question about that. Dogecoin to the moon as well, coming in from Big Apparel. And David says all his money is in Dogecoin. Wow, that's very risky. Be careful, my man. Even I wouldn't. I love Dogecoin. Even I wouldn't recommend anyone put all their money in. But hey, if that's what you want to do, it's a free country and it's a free world in a lot of countries. So you can do whatever the heck you want. And if that's your decision, then that is your decision. We also see this. Bill Miller's hedge fund sees Bitcoin having significant upside potential as digital gold. That's cool. I mean, finally, we have some people who are in the hedge fund business starting to realize how much potential Dogecoin has. And this is a little bit of backstory on Bill Miller. He was a successful hedge fund manager and had a healthy net worth, and then ended up losing 90% of that in the 2008 financial crash. Then after that, he turned to Bitcoin. He turned to as well a couple of other big stocks, including Amazon and a number of other ones, and has really built his net worth back massively from that. Now worth over $500 million again, and he understands the value of Bitcoin. He's understood it since the beginning. And when you see people like that, Bill Miller, who are still very optimistic about it. That goes to show you how much potential it has. If he's willing to put that much of his net worth in there, then of course people who have less of a net worth are going to be willing to do the same thing. Dogex 2001 going past Mars until the asteroid goes crazy to the galaxy, coming in from Gordeki. I think you're right about that. I mean, Dogex is building momentum right now. More and more mints are starting to happen. We would already be way further. Unfortunately, the crash happened on the day, but it's now starting to pick up a ton of speed again. And I think very soon here, we're going to see some of those very rare Doges minted. I mean, it's going to happen. And the people who do mint them, if they are capable of selling for more than 35,000, which is just what, I mean, think about it. If Sarge Doge can go from 300 to 35,000, then imagine what Mark Cuban Doge can do. Imagine what Matt Doge, Billy Doge, imagine what those can go for. And those are still up there available to be minted right now. You could literally mint it in the next minute if you wanted to. I mean, it's really easy to do. All you have to do if you want to mint, so you just simply go, you have to download MetaMask. And make sure you have an OpenSea account too, because you can't sell very easily unless you have an OpenSea account. So make sure you have the OpenSea account first. But then all you have to do is go to OpenSea on your MetaMask browser. Pretty easy to do. Then type in dogex.ai. Then it'll take you directly to the website, and you can click connect wallet and then mint, and boom, just like that, it'll show up in your OpenSea wallet. And also after a short delay period, it'll then also show up in your MetaMask wallet too. And then you can do whatever you want with it from there. A lot of people, as they start to get rare ones, are going to be posting about it on social media. And if you do get a rare one, let me know. I will follow you. I will also give you a retweet for that, because it's pretty cool to see people getting these rare ones, as the crypto market right now is healthy. I don't think there's necessarily any reason for concern. It has gone down a lot this week, but that's all part of what happens with crypto when we do have this much leverage going into it. So many people are really leveraged into crypto right now. So up a little bit under 1% is about what we would expect from a day like today, because it's not going to go up crazy every single day, obviously, unfortunately. And that's how cool would that be, though? Imagine if it went up every single day. But we're also seeing some of the reasons why cryptocurrency still has a lot of potential right now, and why this market correction is not something that we should be too concerned about. Many market participants use derivatives to speculate on price, market leverage, and get to a point to where it needs to be self-corrected and reset. So basically, a lot of people using borrowed money to come into cryptocurrency, and with that, you're going to have at some point a little bit of a bubble pop, where all the people who are coming in on borrowed money get scared when it starts to fall a little bit, and then boom, now the floor goes out from under you. And on top of the 200-day average line, which is one of the metrics I was using to predict that flash crash that we predicted had a high chance of happening, I was also looking at other metrics. This is one of them. And I look at all the metrics, this metric, that metric, every metric I can possibly find. I want to have the best picture possible, and you can do the same thing I'm doing, or you can just subscribe with notifications on. Let me do all the work for you, and then you can come here and I can give you all the research and all the data that I have discovered from my own research, which I do very extensively. I'm not going to just look at one website. I'm going to go into every single area I possibly can to find the best information possible. So come join the channel. What the heck are you waiting for? See why it is the fastest growing new channel on all of YouTube in 2021. There's reasons why. You can discover them by subscribing. Open interest for Bitcoin futures as well rose 10 billion in August to reach 33.2 billion. So that's around 33%, around 1/3 increase in just that single period of time over 1 month to 33.2 billion now, which basically means people are optimistic in the future. Derivatives, you can actually have a bet that if cryptocurrency goes up to this certain point, then you can make the profits. But if it doesn't go up to that point, then you can't make the profits, and you just have to pay a fee upfront for being able to have that opportunity. That's basically the way derivatives often work. There's other types of derivatives, but that's one of the most common ones. And with that, seeing it rising, it means a lot of people are optimistic in the long-term future of Bitcoin, regardless, and Dogecoin has very, very, very similar metrics as well to this. Regardless of what is happening in the short term, there is room for upswing in buying from institutional investors as well. As we've talked about multiple times on the channel, a lot of this interest that has caused the price to go up now is from normal people, like you and I, normal people. I don't know, maybe we're not normal people. I don't know, are we normal people? If we like Dogecoin, maybe we're more fun. But yeah, it's basically not, and what I mean by normal people, it's not institutional investors. So it's just regular retail investors, the people that they call dumb money, even though in reality, we're making a lot of the smarter decisions than them recently, especially when we're staying up to date on the news, because a lot of these institutions missed out on Dogecoin. Most of them missed out on Bitcoin. They're missing out on these huge opportunities that other people are taking advantage of, and they don't want to do that anymore, which is why we're likely going to see a lot more institutional investments coming in, because this most recent spike has been largely not institutions there's still those institutional buying abilities that are going to likely come in, and they will play a big role, I believe, in making this next run happen, which will also cause more retail investors, the Delma money, as they like to call it, to also put more money in. To put more money in. To the moon! Coming in from Drumel, and then we'll also see CUSP. Interesting. Is it going off? Yeah, but we've had the crypto picks as well from Patreon continuing to go up. One of them, Rally, RLLY, is still doing really well. We've seen major gains from that. We picked the pick about a few weeks ago, which is why it's been long enough that we can now talk about it on the channel, but it has been doing incredible. And if you want to take profits from some of the crypto picks, if you're part of the Patreon, there's definitely huge opportunities to make money there, and never be afraid. When you make a lot of money from a Patreon crypto pick, do not be afraid to take profits if that's what you want to do. Never be afraid to. Never be afraid. But yeah, putting everything I can into Doge and Cardano says this comment here. A lot of people doing similar things. You want to be as into it as you possibly can if you believe in it, and a lot of us do believe in it. But anyway, I'm Matt Wass. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.